Can I avoid rate limits when debugging with ChatGPT API? Imagine trying to fix a tricky bug in your code and hitting a wall because the API suddenly stops responding. That's what hitting rate limits feels like. When working with the ChatGPT application programming interface, or API, you might wonder if there's a way to dodge these restrictions. Well, the truth is, completely avoiding rate limits isn't possible because OpenAI sets these limits to keep the system fair and stable for everyone. But don't worry, there are smart ways to work around them and keep your debugging smooth. Rate limits are like traffic rules for the API. They control how many requests you can send per minute and how many tokens, which are chunks of text, you can use in that time. These limits depend on your account type, whether you're on a free trial or paying, and which model you're using. For example, the GPT-4 model has stricter limits than GPT 3.5. During beta testing, these limits can be tighter and less flexible. To manage these limits while debugging, start by keeping a close eye on your usage. Track how many requests you send and how many tokens you use. This helps you avoid crossing the limit unexpectedly. Next, slow down your requests by adding pauses or delays between calls. This way, you won't flood the system and get blocked. Switching to models with higher rate limits or lower token consumption can also help. For example, if you're using GPT-4, consider testing with GPT 3.5 during debugging, since it often allows more requests per minute. Combining multiple debugging questions into fewer requests is another good trick. Instead of making many small calls, bundle your queries into one larger request if possible. If you need to do heavy debugging, you can request higher rate limits from OpenAI. This usually involves applying through their official channels and might depend on your use case. Keep in mind, this isn't always available for all models or during beta phases. Handling errors gracefully is also key. When you see a 429 too many requests error, pause your requests for a moment and try again after a short delay. This prevents your program from crashing and helps you stay within the limits. Use your API keys wisely too. Don't share them with others during debugging, because unexpected usage from multiple people can push you over the limit faster. Also, be aware that some cloud platforms or networks might impose their own restrictions, so check your environment's rules. Learning to work within these limits makes your code more efficient. It encourages you to write smarter, cleaner code that respects API boundaries. Plus, building good error handling and retry logic now will prepare you for real-world applications where limits are common. So, while you can't completely sidestep ChatGPT API rate limits, you can reduce their impact. Keep a close eye on your usage, slow down your requests, choose the right models, and handle errors properly. These steps will help you debug more smoothly and build skills that are useful for any API-based project.